Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. So, how is everybody doing tonight? Just get everything set up here. Alright, so I thought I'd do something just a wee bit different tonight. Let me go ahead and get set up. There we go. So, in case you're wondering why there's this handsome anime gentleman at the bottom of the screen right now, it is because I am using FaceRig. And I do have FaceRig Pro. I do still have the watermark in the bottom left there. I believe I should be able to turn that off. One moment. Let me just... Let's see, how do I turn off that watermark? I know I did it before, so... Customization... Nope, that's not it. General options... Right logo, there we go. Okay. That's good. Cool. Alright, everyone. Okay, I'm not hearing the game audio. Let me go ahead and check the properties on that. Okay, that is set monitor and output. Let me check this. That appears to be correct as well. Okay. Alright. Let's try deactivating and reactivating. Maybe that'll fix it. Doesn't appear to have. Alright, let's try that. Nope, definitely not hearing it. Also, let me just double check, make sure that my settings are correct. Okay, perfect. Still not hearing it though. Let's try turning it off and back on. Okay. Well, this is frustrating. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hopefully everything should be coming through pretty good on your end. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get started here. Just double check. Alright, that's working well. Good. Okay. Right. I'm gonna need to go ahead and move myself over here. Yeah, right about there looks about good. Okay. Yeah.
Aren't we intrepid?
Wow. Literally the first collection point I interact with unlocks a node on an affinity chart. Would you look at that?
Cooking.
We're off to a very swift start tonight. Okay. Alright, so it looks like we need to head back to Lasham Cove for the next part of the main quest.
Whoosh!
Even on familiar ground, we must stay.
Well, here we are. Welcome aboard, my honored guests. It's funny, I was expecting it to be all glitz and glamour, halls of gold, diamond chandeliers and all that. But there's nothing like that here. I like this much better. It all depends on the country. Some of the nobility like to travel in style, and believe me, they don't go halfway. More Ardain, on the other hand, is a military state. They take a more pragmatic approach. Just as their emperor must be a masterful driver, so must their diplomatic vessels be armed for war. That is the Ardanian way. So long as its mission is not a covert one, every flagship under our command must be a throne I may ascend. And if the leader is the first to fall, what then? Jin! It's all right, Lora. He makes a valid point. That is precisely why Aegeon and Brigid, the jewels of the Empire, have been bestowed upon me. Your Majesty. We will do everything in our power to protect you, Your Majesty, even at the cost of our lives. I am blessed to have such loyal companions. Well, after all, if he dies, they go back to their core crystals and lose all their memories, so, you know. Bit of a two-way street there. Your Majesty, we have urgent news. His Majesty is currently entertaining guests. I would entreat you not to incur his displeasure. But my humble apologies, Your Majesty. It's all right. I trust this is news of special importance. Please give us your tidings. Of course, Your Majesty. As you know, we've applied stricter regulations to our scout patrols in light of the recent tragedy at Torgoth. Well, one of our patrols happened upon a young Gormati near the camp at Seagull Fell, but they lost track of him. So, you think he might be a survivor? We believe so. We can send out further patrols immediately if His Majesty assents. I see. I'm sorry that we had to keep you waiting. Please, go ahead. Yes, Your Majesty. I would like for our country to shelter as many refugees as falls within our means. I do hope he can be found quickly. Wait, we should go with them. What for? Their army's not exactly short-staffed. He's just a kid. He'll be scared witless of the soldiers. Of course he's going to run away. Lora's got a point. Very well, let's head out. We would do well to make haste before he strays any further afield. Thanks, guys. Such a bunch of do-gooders. It's gonna land us in trouble someday. Laura's right, though. You know, if I were a scared little kid, I would not be necessarily the most interested in being saved by military types, you know? Though, that said, it's not like we are the most innocuous group of adventurers ourselves. Alright.
This is becoming addictive.
The first rays of the morning sun. And just like that, all the nightmares wash away.
I wonder what's in store for us today.
Spoiling for a fight.
Oh, hello there,
Happy to
lovely.
oblige.
You want to go for a little dance?
Think again.
You saved me.
My friend,
How about the rest of mine?
You're quite
Unleash an elemental attack.
We'll do what must be
How
done.
about this?
I'm really ablaze today. Elemental attack.
Easy peasy. Alright. And we unlocked something for Hayes, too. Very nice work.
I've improved measurably.
Oh, wow. We've unlocked a lot of things for Hayes. Okay. Do some critical hits. And use her level 3 special. Yeah, that's pretty easy. We can handle that pretty well. What else have we got? Okay. Yeah, doing some of these things for Jin will be easiest by keeping myself starting off with Lora and then switching to Jin, because doing driver combos is a lot easier when you can control who's doing the brakes and topples. Well, especially the brakes, frankly.
This is becoming
I'm
addictive.
something of an expert.
Well, here's the campsite at Seagull Fell. Now, about that boy. Hey, isn't that him? Whoa! Hey, wait! He won't hurt you. We mean you no harm. Please, stay. You won't hurt me? I see you've decided to trust us. For now, at least. We're affiliated with the Ardanian forces. We didn't come to bring you mischief. We know what happened to Torgoth and have been acting wholeheartedly to protect the refugees. You've escaped from Torgoth too, perhaps? That's right. Can you tell us your name? It's Kali. Young Kali. Do you know Lashem Cove? The boat of my countrymen is moored there. I know it. I know the boat, too. It's huge. Will you journey with us, young man? We can also offer a hot meal. What's wrong? You don't want to get on the boat? No, it's not that. I've lost Kelly. I mean, my sister. I have to find her. That's important stuff, kid. Why didn't you tell us right away? I'll tell you what. You run ahead to Lashem Cove and wait by the boat. We'll find your sister for you. Well, I'd never. We promise you that, Kali. We'll find her for you. Can I really trust you? Yeah, of course. Any idea where we might find this sister of yours? Actually, she likes watching the big boats at Lashem Cove. So maybe she'll be somewhere you can see them all coming and going. Then perhaps we should begin at a high-up place that overlooks the cove. Okay, I'll wait at the harbor, but please find my sister. You got it, kid. No kids left behind here. Alright, but first,
Aren't we
loot.
intrepid?
Precious loot! Wahahaha! Okay.
You're coming with me.
Don't have to
treasure.
tell me.
Oof. Loot that I can't yet loot. Feels bad. Okay, well, at least
You're
we've
coming
got
with me, treasure.
some barrels here
Suspense
that we
is
can
killing
open.
me. You're coming with me, treasure.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. And back to Lashing Cove.
What a pleasant stroll.
Right.
then
Where shall we
from
head
here-
to next?
Now this is funny, this is kind of going through Gourmet almost in reverse. Let's see. We do need to kill some sort of Taos, I believe. Ah, there's one. One of those big blue
This is becoming
birds
addictive.
for somebody's penalty chart. I think it was a Geon's.
Happy to oblige.
My
Let's speed this up.
Put your minds at ease.
Think again.
You saved my feelings.
Think again.
Round cutter. Let's star slap.
Best of luck.
What?
I try this elemental attack. Counter this. I'm ready. Oh no, they found us.
There we go. Level 3 special with Haze, and
Elemental attack.
should be able to.
Moving on.
Well,
Feeling confident in our victory.
You read my
My
mind.
friends, whenever you're
The
ready.
enemy.
let's go ahead. Mithra's probably got a level 3 special charge by now. So once she gets over here, I'll go ahead and have her use it. Jeez. Take long enough to get over here. Yep, that looks like a level 3.
I'd rather we didn't have to deal with all these encounters.
What I would
Very
give
nice.
for a nice midday nap.
Now, I may have mentioned this in the previous stream, but given the way that Horn of the Golden Country works, I'm going to be putting a little more effort into actually investing in my blades as I go along. Because there's no mercenaries or merc missions that I can send blades on to improve their, to fill in nodes on their affinity charts, and also just because there's only so few blades, and it makes a big difference if you improve them.
Is killing me.
And I don't want to have to backtrack too far to get things filled in, Huh? Who are you? Kelly? Yeah, that's me. How do you know? Oh, my brother. You can take me to him? Oh, please. Yeah, don't worry, kid. We got this. And we literally just teleport back to the cove. She's gonna be there when we get there.
Alright, remind me why we're here again?
Kelly! Kali! Aw, I can't thank you enough. Careful, you don't lose her again, kid. You should be looking out for your little sis, Yeah, I'll make sure that never happens again. Mithra actually being level-headed. Never thought I'd see the day. Neither did I. Well, we know what happens eventually. Like 500 years in the future or whatever, but, yeah. Hey, Kali, you left this behind. I've been holding on to it the whole time. Oh, I thought that was gone forever. Nice one, Kelly. Looks just like Lora's mother's keepsake. Hey, mind if I take a look at that? No problem. How did you come by this? I got it from Auntie Renea. What? Mother. Auntie Renea had another one, but Kali was always hankering after it. She said it was really precious to her and she couldn't let it go. So she made me one that looked a bit like it. She said she was sorry she couldn't make it any better. I mean, I don't care about that so much. She made it for me. So it's precious to me, no matter what it looks like. Aw, isn't that sweet? I see. Well, take care of yourselves, you two. We promise. Hey, the way you said that just now, it sounded just like Auntie Renea. Yeah, just like her. Haha, I don't doubt it. I'm sure that we could converse for hours, but I'd like to propose a course of action for our new friends here. For us, you mean? That's right. Our vessel here will soon return to Morardane. Perhaps you two ought to be aboard when it sets sail. A wise idea. Things are not so unsettled in Morardane. Morardane, huh? No, I made a promise to Arda. He said he was waiting for us. We can't leave Gormar. You're right. Thanks, but I guess we can't come with you. We need to stay behind and wait for Da at the camp. Understood. We cannot force you to come. Indeed. If you start moving around now, there's a chance you might miss him. Of course, we'll leave you with some provisions so you won't get hungry. Yeah, okay. Thank you for everything. You're the nice kids. I hope things work out for them. I bring news. Something tells me it's urgent. Correct, Mom. If I may, this information is for His Highness's ears only. You may approach. Whisper. Really? You're just gonna whisper it to him in front of all these people? Oh, I suppose that's bad. Yeah, do it in a low enough tone of voice. I see. Everyone, may I ask you to reconvene in the boat's strategy room later? Something unforeseen, is it? Indeed. I'll give you the details presently. Alright, you've received a crafting recipe for Lora. You don't just get them as quest rewards, but also from increasing community or from treasure troves. New recipes let you create items you couldn't create previously, which is enormously exciting. Check them out while camping. Yeah, there are a couple of recipes you can unlock in the base game as well.
You can rest easy
basically the same way, mostly quests though. That said, hello, green barrels. Whole bunch of green barrels here.
The suspense is killing me.
Okay. I should probably see if any of the core chips they sell here are upgrades. Not really. Like, the wing chip is a slight upgrade for these three, but that's it. Maybe there'll be something better off at the next zone. And speaking of, I do want to fill these things in before we move on to the next area. Alright, so we need to kill a couple of Cascade Crabbles. You can find them at the Serene Springside. Some Pinch Bunnets. Some Dominal Flammies. And a Celsar's Taus. Okay, well, I did see a Celsar's Taus over by the lake there, so let's go to the Hidden Hunting Camp and make our way to it from there.
That was a nice change of pace.
All right, remind me why we're here again?
I'm pretty sure the Crabbles we needed were not those ones, because those seem a little high level for us. Yeah, these are the ones we need.
These guys should be no problem.
This should make for bracing exercise.
Wait! Think again!
My thanks.
Perfect storm!
My senses are
How about this? Spinning wheel!
You'll do no like that. You're wide open. Spit out.
Bring the pain!
Got it.
Send power to the max! Chroma dust!
Alright.
Aren't we intrepid?
Listen to the sound of my voice.
Well, we got the Cascade Crabble kills that we needed. And we can get the Closar's house just over there. Just try to avoid pulling anything on the way over.
All right, follow my lead.
They'll live to regret this.
Okay, come on, buddy. Really? I have to get even closer to attack?
Speed this up.
My friends, put your minds at ease. I feel you.
Oh, lovely. We pulled the chicken you need. Well, at least we killed the Taos really easily. Could be worse, but oh, look at that. Bridget's already down. And he killed me before I could hit with my healing attack. That's not surprising, but at least we got the kill that we needed, so.
Okay, look, you make that mistake twice, and we're done here.
There's
Well,
no
we don't
time
need to
delay.
make that mistake
But
twice.
still,
I shouldn't
we
need
need a new strategy.
this. Should let.
After all, we've succeeded what we came here to do. Okay, 4 Domino Flammies. And a couple Pinch Bunnets, and I believe that's it. Alright. I think these are actually more likely to be found over here at the Lakeshore campsite. Let's head over there.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Hey, where you going, buddy?
These guys should be no problem.
My
Up that high
friends,
up.
put your minds at ease. Let's switch. Start slash. Not afraid. Simple and flow.
I think we can still top this. Do not let up.
Okay. Well, there's one of the pinch bunnets we needed. And there's some of the flammies. Okay.
All right, follow my lead.
My friends,
to be
put your minds at ease. Don't overdo it.
Now the real battle begins. Think again. How about spinning wheel? Can't just leave it there. You're doing well. Try this on the side. Ready to
Got it. Rest in peace.
Excellent.
Well, our special there ended up going a little longer than we needed it to. Alright. Let's see. What do I have in the way of aux cores at the moment? I feel like there was something. It might not have been an aux core. It might actually have been a accessory, but there's definitely something that I wanted to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and pop a Hunter's Chemistry on him there, and let's sort alphabetically. That way I can find things a little easier. Okay, sure, you can do aquatic things. That will do well for now, I suppose. Jin can take the art stealth because he does gets a lot of aggro. Get launch resist, opening art. Let's give him Sunlight Eye. Let's give Mithra Sunlight Eye. We can give Water Defense up to Bridget because she might actually. Ooh, Affinity Max Attack. Yeah, that's gonna go to Jin. I know I was gonna use Art Stealth, but it's. Yeah, no. Okay. Blowdown Resist might be nice. And Insect Hunter, because it does actually increase my damage somewhat in some situations. Okay. even if insects are
Alright,
basically the
follow my
rarest
lead.
enemy type,
It pays to be cautious. You read my mind.
at least in my experience.
Think again. Stay back. Slow down. Spinning wheel.
Wheeling the enemy in the dust.
Alright. What I want to do right now, actually, I want to switch to Hugo. And I want to switch to a Geon, so that I can get up to max
Lord
affinity.
Hugo, proceed with restraint. You're safe. Like that. Now isn't this nice?
Let's speed this up. Ready to go.
There we go, that should give me some progress, at the very least, on the Geon's, what's the word I'm looking for? His affinity chart. Getting his trust up to level 2. Or rank B, or whatever you want to, or rank D, or whatever you want to call it. Okay.
My hopes are high for this one.
I didn't see any more Flammies or Bunnets, but we can always just fast travel right back to it and refresh.
It's a nice change of pace.
Alright, remind me why we're here again?
A welcome invitation.
I'll take that as a challenge, Hugo.
Never. Like that. I can feel our bonds growing.
So yeah, I get about 10 trust every time I reach max affinity with a blade in battle. And actually, there's an item, I don't remember what item exactly it is, but there is an item in the game that
You mean ghosts?
gives you
It's
more
fine. Just
trust,
let me at 'em
actually.
and watch 'em run.
Like, I'm fairly certain. And the quickest way to raise your affinity
Actually,
in
I
this
was talking about tough enemies.
DLC is to equip those on everyone and kill stuff really easily with some Hunter's Chemistries equipped on your blades, so that you basically start the battle at max affinity. Well, anyways, now that I've got the affinity that I wanted, let me do a quick double check on what everyone needs. I think, yeah, Mithra needs me to use her
It gets
level
better.
1 special a bunch. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap to Team Adam, and then I'm gonna use Mithra,
Everyone, no slacking. Ray,
and we're just going to try to spam her level 1 special as much as we can.
Power of the Aegis coming right.
More water to my mill.
Okay. Doing pretty good here.
I can't afford to fall behind.
Somehow I managed to avoid unlocking this ahead of time, but yeah, so those are just for using things. Help an incapacitated ally, okay. I may actually want to directly control Team Hugo for making progress on that. Okay. But yeah, for now we can go ahead and go back to making progress on the main quest here. So we're gonna go ahead and take the boat. And I assume this will put us
You remember our
in the second
destination,
half
don't you?
of in the second area of Torna, if I've not missed my guess. Though it has been a while since I've played this, my guess may be completely heckin' off. We will see. So I think there's some loots hidden around the ship if we take a good look.
Good work, everyone. I'm all adventured out.
Let me know if you want to rest.
Yeah, let's go ahead, use Team Hugo with Brigid for now. Just in case, and hopefully we can get into a battle where somebody will get knocked out, but not a full party wipe. Although I suppose it won't really matter, ultimately.
Excitement.
I too tremble with excitement. Although I don't think there was anything of particularly high power in there.
Thank you all for joining me here. I'm afraid I have important news that I need to impart to Adam.
Oh, yes?
It's about the militia.
The who now?
I've been gathering an army in Uriah. People who've lost homes, families. People who'll make a stand against Malos.
Well, according to intelligence we received, they have departed from Uriah now.
What? Why? Malos' whereabouts are still unclear.
It seems that Uriah has conscripted them all. It's now a special regiment of the Urian Self-Defense Forces.
I thought I'd sorted this all out with the Urian King.
At His Majesty's behest, we have ascertained the position of the moving troops. They are heading to Torna as we speak.
We have established communications, so you can send word at any time.
When they get to Torna, tell them to go to a letter.
As you say.
Lora? I've never seen Adam like that before. He's gone off somewhere. Is it best to leave him alone, do you think? That's for you to decide. I'll go where you go. Right. No. He might need someone at a time like this. We have to go after him. Yeah, emotional support moment. Let's do it. Oh wow, I end up going this way anyways. Isn't that lovely?
That wasn't like you.
Huh. You think so?
Yes. I thought you always know what to do. You're never lost.
I wish that really were the case. To tell the truth, I'm always worrying. Ever since I became Mithra's driver, anyway.
It didn't seem that way at all.
Power lends one an air of capability. Even more so when it comes to the Aegis. When we first met, we could have burnt you to pieces. Though fortunately, we avoided that thanks to Jin.
Is that why you were away from the militia?
As I am not in full control of Mithra's power. Scores of soldiers could die by my hand. I was frightened. This cataclysm Malos caused, it's likely all because Questa Amalthus was unable to control him. And if that's true, then perhaps I too.
I think she's well aware. Just not so comfortable saying it.
That's your analysis.
Well, I have been with Jin, the paragon of Torna, for 17 years. I can roughly tell how much of their strength the blade is using, just by watching them. She's making sure you... No, she's holding herself back to make sure she doesn't go that way. Deep down, she's very kind.
You think? That still means I'm just not man enough.
Don't think that way. You'll get used to it little by little. I was the same.
If only time would slow down and afford me the chance.
Yeah.
We should be able to take a ship headed straight to Aletta from here. That's great, but why's it gotta be a passenger ship? Can't we travel with the Emperor? What's wrong with making a grand entrance? I'm awfully sorry. Though I may be traveling with Lord Adam, I'm afraid my actions aren't officially sanctioned. His Majesty's ship is a war vessel. It would take considerable negotiation before Torna granted us docking privileges. Figures. That attitude of yours is what gives us so much trouble. You just don't stop to think about the consequences, do you? Honestly, I give up. Behold the mighty Aegis, wielder of unthinkable power and unparalleled foolishness. Ooh, savage. You get her, Bridget. Hey, would you get off my case? I didn't even say anything. Knock it off, you two. At the very least, we've got a nice leisurely cruise ahead of us, and that's something. I'm excited to meet the Resistance. People who all look up to Adam. Well then, if we're all agreed, let's get on with it and talk to the captain, shall we? Yeah, sorry, I've been eating a little something, but I'm almost done with it now, so... You again, eh? It's nice to have regulars. You're going into Aletta in Torna this time. You paid enough before, so this trip's on me. Ready to go? Yeah, you got it, boyo. Here we go. I'll head for Aletta fast as I can. Ah yes, Aletta Harbor. So, in case you're wondering, we're now in the eastern part of Torna. You can actually tell, you have a nice little map of all the different regions of it. It's really quite nice. And, well, Gormott only has the one region, at least in Torna's, in the Torna DLC. So, let's go ahead. Probably can't move this, can we? Oh, we can. Hog.
You're coming with me, treasure.
Ooh, and a pouch expansion kit, even better. Yes. Now those work exactly the same as they did in, you know, the base game. So let's go ahead, expand Lora's pouch. The plan is going to be to do Adam's second and Hugo's third. You know, there's only 3 drivers to consider in this, so you know, it's a little easier to make the choice, especially since their blades are predefined. I'm going with Team Lora first because I feel like, well, I'll tell you after the cutscene.
Ahoy! Miss me?
Lord Adam.
Lord Adam's finally come back!
Welcome back, Lord Adam.
Wow. Someone's got himself a bit of a fan club.
Maybe that's why he decided to take action. To wield that love for good.
By the way, Adam gave the order to meet in this place specifically, right? What's so special about it?
This land is Adam's domain. Look, that over there is his manor.
Certainly fit for a prince.
It could stand to be bigger. And, you know, not in the middle of nowhere.
Are you completely incapable of saying something without sarcasm?
Sorry, it's just how I am. I don't really think I can help it.
She's right, though. It is quite away from the capital.
He is far too esteemed for his own good. Fourth in line to the throne, but loved by soldiers and citizens.
His relations with High Prince Zeta are quite strained as a result, I hear.
Really? I suppose even princes have problems.
For a place out in the back of Beyond, it doesn't seem all that bad. Look at all this lush scenery. I think I could live here quite comfortably. Warms my heart to hear you say so. I like it here too. I've been thinking about dabbling in a bit of architecture here someday. We'd better finish Malos off quickly then, so you can run off and live life as a hermit. That's the plan. Will we be staying here a while? Long enough to gather some intel on Malos. Plus, there are a few things I need to sort out with the Resistance. That suits me just fine. If you don't mind, I think I'll go for a stroll. Understood. Thank you for all for acting in the interests of His Majesty. Where are you off to, Hugo? A regiment of ours has been tasked with disarming remnant Cian troops at a nearby archipelago. My presence there has been requested so that I may inspire them. And inspired they will be. It would take a stone heart not to be touched by your selfless courage. It goes both ways, Adam. I also wish to express my gratitude for their unceasing efforts. Aegeon shall act as my bodyguard. Bridget, I'd like you to remain here as a point of contact. Don't go running off without me once you've discovered Malos' whereabouts now. What, and face him without His Majesty's prodigious talents? It would be foolhardy in the utmost. I am honored that you think so. Alright, I will return shortly. Hold the fort for us, Bridget. I'll be just fine as long as you take care of His Majesty, Aegeon. Well, right then. Let's see if we can't iron out a few of these problems the Resistance has been having. Is that something we can help with? Jin and I would be more than happy to help. Right, Jin? Of course, if that's what you want. Thanks, both of you. You'll be a big help. The biggest problem we've got right now is a lack of provisions. What, food provisions? I'm afraid so. Like you said, this place is cut off from the rest of the world. It's no wonder they're so hard up. I think making sure our army doesn't die of starvation is more important than finding Malos right now, don't you? Yes, very wise. History has proven many a time that the victors are those who have been fed and rested well. Very true. In the real world as much as in this one. Just so. We should start by talking to Brogan, as he's the one who divvies up the rations. Shall we?
In troubled times, we
Alright,
help each other.
let's go ahead and recalibrate this real quick. The problem is I have kind of sleepy looking eyes, so it tends to think that my eyes are closed when they're not. Let's try once more. jeez. This is gonna be like this all day. I may just have to go back to use my normal camera. So as I was saying, the reason that I went ahead and picked Team Lora to give the pouch expansion kit to first is because I feel like, you know, given that they have both really very strong damage dealer in the form of Jin, and Lora for that matter, as well as, you know, the source of healing in the form of Haze. Jeez, this thing does not want to calibrate, right? Well, at least it got my mouth right. Let's just pretend I'm some character who never opens his eyes. You know the type. Okay, but yeah, you know, having a team with some solid damage dealers and a healer on it under my control gives me a lot more control over how the actual battles go. Okay. Brogan, is that you? Whoa. Lord Adam, please, a moment. Hey, he's turning blue. Bro, jammed. Here, drink some water. Go. Whew. Looks like your color's returned. I'm afraid I have no idea who you are, but I owe you my life. I think you're exaggerating a little there. Not at all. I'd give you something by way of thanks, but I'm afraid it's a difficult time for me right now. Brogan, have you been snitching food on the sly again? Lord Adam, no. Perish the very thought. One moment, I'm cleaning my glasses. Okay. So what were you doing here then? Because whatever it was, it sounded awfully like someone guzzling to me. Prince, I was disposing of spoiled food, Your Highness. You mean you were scarfing down rotten food? That can't be good for your health. Thank you kindly for your concern, but I am fortunate to have a naturally robust gut. I couldn't risk giving this inferior stuff to the resistance fighters. That sorta makes sense. You could say I was maximizing efficiency by combining food quality management with disposal. I mean, yeah, if you can, it's better than letting the food go to waste, that's for sure. I mean, let me tell you, in America we produce enough food that we could feed the entire population, but so much of it goes to waste that we have people going hungry. It's ridiculous. And if I can quieten the rumblings of my stomach at the same time, oh, that's a tertiary bonus. Yes, Brogan, I get it. You'll stop at nothing to make things more efficient. As we've just seen, you'll even risk your own life for it. Could you give me a report on the state of our food supplies? You know, I don't think it was him eating, potentially off food, really, that caused him to, you know, choke there. I think it was more like he got surprised by us, and that, you know, caused him to, like, choke on his food, and I think that's what happened. But anyways, moving on. Report on the state of our food supplies. Of course. Well, since your highness's recent return, we've been catering for a few more soldiers. We've organized food gathering squads and dispatched them here and there, but sadly, manpower does not suffice. I suppose I bear some responsibility for that. Yeah, we should help out with the catering too. Indeed, we must do what we can to improve the situation until His Majesty returns. Thank you all, you're too kind. Here's the list of our most needed foodstuffs. 2 grimdark crabs, 4 potions of ferrous beast meat, 2 large lactonuts, and 6 measures of weeping flour. That seems easily doable. We should probably get 1 more of each than he asked for. He's pilfer-prone. I guess we have everything we need to start searching. Yep, I suppose we do. Let's go ahead and get on it. And let's try recalibrating the camera so we can get the eyes going again. You know. I don't know, it's kinda drooping a little bit more than it ought to, but it kinda works. Okay. Oh, I got a bunch of skill points here.
I'm coming
take
along in
this.
leaps and bounds.
And, oof, not enough for that yet. Alright, now, as for Adam here, we want this bad boy.
More to add to my repertoire.
Oh yeah, this is actually a great deal better. Just gotta keep my head kind of like centered or something. Okay. Right, now what have we got with these? A bunch of red threads, those are garbage. Rush hour, that doesn't really do anything for me. Fabulous hat and beasthood, not great, but it's better than absolutely nothing. Okay, well, we don't really have anything in the way of accessories, and we get all of our pouch items from crafting, and we don't really have the materials for that at the moment. So, let's go ahead, be very careful not to rouse the ire of that big snack boy over there, and let's find the stuff we need. So we need another crab, we need to kill a couple ferris, we need lactonuts, whatever those are, and some weeping flower. Okay, well, collection point hell, here we come.
The only way to win is to fight, right?
That was
I'd say leave
not
it to
the
me,
intended
but it looks like we got
action,
that
but
covered.
it's my fault for not removing my target.
This is becoming addictive.
Okay. Got a bunch
This is
of
becoming addictive.
whole bunch of things to collect from here. I guess we've collected enough stuff for Bridget.
You can
It's all so very fascinating.
And yeah, now we can all see what it is that she wants here. So he wants us to defeat some Slade X. Okay. I'm sure we'll be able to find a couple of those around here. I don't want to get too close to that Brog. It's a little high level for
This
us.
is becoming addictive.
And
makes a
I'm pretty sure
fine
those
ally.
things are aggressive, so don't really want to deal with that.
Looks like they might pack a punch.
Oh boy. Think we can handle it.
That's not good. You're a lifesaver.
I'm gonna guess no.
Not for tonight.
Wow. Oh well.
We can take them on a bit later.
We'll
Okay.
avenge ourselves next
So.
time.
This is becoming addictive.
Let's focus on the let's focus on stuff over here because it'll be a lot easier to ensure that we actually get without getting
Aren't we
Yeah.
intrigued?
attacked and
makes a
killed.
fine ally.
Okay. Looks like we got enough for something. Yep, we got the lactonuts we needed.
intrigued?
Yeah, it feels weird having
Nicely.
having Bridget be in charge of botany.
With you there.
Right then!
My turn. Day of punishment. Lightning busting
Well, I would have liked to have broken this guy's stance before we swapped over to Jen, but needs must.
Not prevail.
Let's get some healing in here, because Bridget was about dead there. Oh, isn't that lovely? Think she'll get credit for me reviving her. Alright, Adam, go ahead and hit him with a Volt 3. Oof. Hey, maybe Bridget will revive me on her own and get that node filled. Looks like Adam did it and I did not get credit. That is... well, that's not ideal. Okay. Ugh, so many of these
In the name of the Empire.
poopers, for lack of a better word.
Danger is upon us. Leave it to me. You shall not prevail.
Alright.
It bounced. How about this? He pays. Now for my clutch.
Well, that was really easy, actually, in spite of those things being a good bit higher level than us. Okay, let's go ahead and collect the loot here. I got some of the weeping flower we need. Still need some more of those darned crabs, though.
In the name of the Empire.
Let's take out these totems.
Called aid. Beware the new foe.
Oh wow, we've got one of these guys with the horns. Those guys are annoying.
How about this? Ready to go. All right. He pays. Spinning wheel. Will the way back. Ready to go. Wheel of everyone.
Rest in peace.
Humanity called aid. Beware the new foe. Must be yours. Spinning wheel. How about there we go?
Alright, you're doing a great job there, Laura.
I fight for my friends.
Lora, let's switch. Waiting for your go-ahead.
Alright, try this on the sides. Their guard holds firm. Let me magnify that. Will the whip.
On your mark.
Oh, watch my back.
I have not got the timing down to ensure that I get my arts canceled correctly. It's a lot easier to cancel arts into arts because you can just spam the button until it's time. But it's a little trickier to do that into specials just because they are different. Oh, we got a whole bunch of these guys now. Hello there, mates. You come to get your butt whooped by us? That's good, because I enjoy delivering a good butt whooping every once in a while. Let's go ahead and hit him with a special hit. Ooh. Closer. Hey Laura, why don't you go ahead and let one of them kill you, just so that we can go ahead. Let's go ahead and pull these guys over here. Go. And then we can head back over here, deal with this guy. Oh, she's doing too good of a job at healing herself. At least we're getting a bunch of specials. That'll make it a lot easier for me to
I'm really glad it
level up some of my arts, or some of my
What's gotten
talent.
into you all of a
You know how it is.
You could put me to better use.
Just thought I should mention it.
Okay. I filled in a couple
Can't
nodes
afford
there.
to fall behind.
So I need to use her level 3 special a couple times. Okay.
What could be inside?
Yeah, I don't think we have the
not the
levels
end
for
of the
this. Just saying. Okay, moving on.
What a terrible chore.
Okay.
Well, here we are.
In the name
I
of
say
the
we rest a bit.
Empire!
Who's
Go
in?
ahead and take one of these guys out. Hopefully we can kill just one without pulling the other.
A new danger is upon us.
And there's the other one.
Ready to go.
It's my turn.
Take this! More ordained.
And they KO'd me. Isn't that lovely?
No, I wasn't. Enough.
Ah, well, once Adam revives me, I can revive Lora, and then we'll fill in that particular affinity now. There we go. Problem solved.
More ordained. Does not.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Those guys are a little stronger than the
We'll avenge
Turkins.
ourselves next time.
We can take them on a bit
We
later.
should be able to sneak past them and just fight the
In the
Turkins
name of
here.
the Empire!
Oh, well, we pulled one of them.
A new danger is upon us. Leave it to me. You shall not prevail. Stay back!
Yeah, now to control your party's movements, as opposed to just being able to press the left button to, tell your party to focus on your target, what you have to do is you actually have to hold down the right bumper, and then you'll have some options. You have a few more options than just, whatever you had before. Let's go ahead, grab a healing potion, because I actually don't want anyone unconscious now. And let's get aggro. And hit him with a level 3 special. Follow it immediately with a burnout. Ooh, nicely timed level up, although I would have liked to be able to actually use Bridget's talent art. Ooh. The audio really cut out for a moment there. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Alright.
You could put me to better use.
Let's go ahead.
I'm crossing my fingers.
I'm just going to take a moment here and deactivate and reactivate the capture card, just because, we had the a little bit of an issue there. Not sure what exactly was going on there, but anyways, let's go ahead and do that, and let's do this. All right, should be good. Perfect.
I'm crossing my
At least I think it looks pretty perfect to me. And we'll see how it goes after a little bit. Whee! Alright. Hello, Mr. Parole Turkin.
They'll live to regret this.
Okay, come on.
More enemies have joined the fray. Right now. Good luck. Yes, indeed. You shall not prevail.
Let's do 2 auto attacks and then do my attack. Oof. That is quite annoying.
Bridget, your watch is just beginning.
Let's
You need healing.
I'm not done yet. But how? An attack on your mark.
Watch my back. I'm
go. And a nice level 3 special. Followed immediately by a level 2 special. Followed immediately by reviving Lora.
Thank you, Bridget.
Take this totem out, because why the heck not? Oh yeah, so with Bridget's talent art there, really just summon a big pile of flames underneath the enemy. But I don't know if it actually can cause any reactions or anything. If I had to guess, probably not, because that would probably be pretty overpowered, honestly.
I'm crossing my fingers.
But anyways, now that we've done a little bit of something,
What could be inside?
okay. Yeah, we still need a little bit of everything except for the lactonuts. Ooh, we got a unique Turk in there. Okay, we killed in a couple nodes. Good. I need to kill some kinds of X. Hey, can we get by without aggroing? Yes, we can.
I'm
Sweet.
crossing my fingers.
Well, we don't have the skills needed for that, unfortunately, but
What a
we can at
terrible
least
chore.
collect from this
I'm
and
crossing my
open this
fingers.
barrel. Okay. Let's head back up. Maybe time to start actually doing some of the side quests. I've been feeling a little bit under-leveled compared to a lot of the enemies around here. But yeah, let's go ahead, take a moment,
Now,
craft
let me
some
see.
stuff if we can, especially stuff that Jin can make.
It came together nicely. It's ready. It's ready. It's ready.
And I think there's a little bit of
Hunger is the
dessert
best spice,
from both
right? So this
Mithra
hunger is the
and
best spice, right? So this should be delicious.
ooh,
Proves
Very
I've got
nice.
what it takes to work the land.
both Mithra and Jin. So let's go ahead and make a thing of Renee's
came out
charm
very
as I
well.
can.
3, 2, 1, and we're done.
I've made it with love. I hope you'll appreciate the embroidery.
I was so self-absorbed.
Okay.
There. A cologne to covet.
Now, I don't think I've actually gone into any of these chats before. Lora, about that battle earlier. I know, right? We were phenomenal. You're trying to do too much. Oh, what? I thought you were going to praise me. I'm only trying to draw out your full power, Jin. You know that. That's fine, and I appreciate it. What I'm saying is, please don't put yourself at risk, Lora. We've been together a long time, haven't we, Jin? Ever since I touched your core crystal as a little girl, we became bonded forever as driver and blade. Yeah. It's a bond closer than blood, I think. That's part of the reason why. I want to help you too, see you grow and be there for you. That's beautiful, Lora, but you're a driver, and I'm a blade. Blades protect their drivers in a fight. It's the natural order of things. especially since we don't need to worry about being wounded as long as the core crystal stays intact. While I, on the other hand, am just a human. When a driver dies, their blades return to their cores. That's why you want me to be more careful, right? Exactly. Right, I get it. Well, it's not like I want to make you anxious in the middle of a fight. Okay, I promise not to overdo it. And if things start looking bad, I'll be sure to switch out for you. That would be great. Thanks. I'm counting on you then. You know I'd never let you down. Yeah, so I don't know if you've noticed this, and some of you may have, but this particular campsite has been featured a lot in the main game, in like cutscenes and stuff, where you have little flashbacks to things that are happening in this time period.
I can still
with Lora and Adam and such. Although in that case, you don't actually get to see Adam's face. It's kind of nice actually being able to see that now. God, hearing that music always makes me feel super sleepy and relaxed. Every single time. Okay. So. We actually got a node filled in on Jin there.
There's more to this blade than cutting down fools.
For crafting foodstuffs. Now, I need to use a dessert and a meat. Let's see. Have I got any meat to have some pudding with? I just realized she needs desserts, not meat, and I did this in the wrong order. At least I still have another one that I can use. Let's use the cookie first. And then we can go over here. It's the meat. There we go.
In the kitchen.
Master your emotions.
Oh, yeah. Well, at this point, let's switch over to Team Adam. I need to use Mithra's level 1 special a whole bunch, so...
Oh, it gets better.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do some stutter stepping attacks here to charge my special a little quicker. There we go. Jin, what are you doing passing out on me? We need your help, bro. Literally just spamming this level 1 special for the sake of the affinity chart. Let's bring Bridget back up. The quicker we can get this done and get Hugo back, the better. Let's bring Mithra back in. Okay, come on. Maybe switch over to Haze there, Laura. Could probably use that healing.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, I definitely don't remember these things being this tough in the past.
Ray, the stakes just got. Well,
Well,
that was a close
we
call.
did it.
See?
It was real close, but we did it.
All about the teamwork.
And we filled in some nodes for Bridget
I
while
will
we're
make-
at it. Nice. I just got to use Mithra's level 1 special a couple times, and then there's nothing really special I can do, other than maybe buying some better ox cores. That will probably help a good deal. What do you got there, mate? Ooh. Okay, these are actually a good deal stronger. Well, in Jin's case, I will want to take... let's check what I can get with the core chips that I already picked up. Weapon modification. Alright, we've got a few. Let's go by weapon rank. So the amethyst chip is a bit weaker, but it gives some stat boosts. Yeah, let's do that for Brigid. And I'll buy a couple of these. And there we go. That went ahead and filled in Hayes' affinity chart bubble there.
Diligence and
Very nice. Okay. I either want to use this or the amethyst chip. In Hayes' case, I'll go with the amethyst chip. Actually, I may just use the amethyst chip on everyone at this point. Yep, amethyst chip on everyone. So, those chips I just bought will end up going to waste, but doesn't really matter. We have enough gold at the moment that I think it'll be fine.
Over here.
Okay. So, need to kill some Ferris and just
gonna
collect from a bunch of
randomly
collection
look over
points.
here. They're as good as done.
Leave it to Lora.
Ray of punch.
Looks like we've got a rhythm going.
That's the spirit. Lightning buster. Heat haze. Ray of punch. Twilight striker.
Magnificent.
Oh yeah, easy peasy.
Spinning wheel. Just tell me when.
Magnificent.
Ready to unleash an elemental attack.
Hold on. Hubble.
Go ahead and use a level 2 special here.
Magnificent.
Should do some very solid damage. Ooh, come on.
That was sublime.
Ah. Okay. Now, is that it for the level 1 special? Yep.
One step
Cool.
closer. I don't know why
Nature makes a-
this.
Time to keep on collecting from all these darned collection points. And at this point I can switch back to Lora, but I will have to wait until finish this battle. Okay. I actually do want to have Team Adam start off with Adam when possible. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Vanguard switch there. And yeah, we're looking pretty solid at the moment. Still need more skill points to be able to get to the most important nodes. But we'll get there in some time.
Follow my lead. I've got you covered.
Why am I... Dang it, I meant to switch to Lora as the lead, but I ended up switching to Brigid. Oh well. Fix that after this battle.
Lucky break. Diver combo complete.
I do miss being able to run around at full speed during specials.
Say, Lora, what do you do when the going gets tough?
Well, I suppose I start.
Okay, so we got the beast meat, we got the lactonuts. We just need to gather a couple things now.
You could put me to better use.
So I need the weeping flower and the grimdark crab.
Terrible chore.
There we go. Now we need 4 things of weeping flower.
This is
There
becoming
we
a
go.
Nature makes a fine ally.
Wow,
Suspense is killing
I got
me.
all 4 of what I needed in just one last hurrah there. Okay. Yeah, let's head back to the harbor and we'll make our way to the quest turn-in.
It was a nice change of pace.
All right, remind me why we're here again?
Ah, yes, it's down below. Whee! Welcome back. We managed to get all the food you wanted. Take a look. I'll take the liberty of confirming. 3 grimdark crabs, 5 portions of ferrous beast meat, 3 lactonuts, and 7 measures of weeping flower. Oh, there appears to be even more here than I originally requested. Think of it as a little token of our appreciation, Brogan. Also, if you make yourself ill eating rotten food, it's going to affect the troops' morale. So be sure to eat your fill of this stuff and keep up the good work. Your Highness, I'm scarcely worthy of such an honor. With this, my devotion is sealed forever. Yeah, okay, dial it back, buddy. Hey, what do you know? Adam's literally saying the same thing in different words. Master Adam, would you mind if me and Mick took care of the cooking today? The 2 of you? Yep. The caterers are looking pretty overworked since all the other people showed up. We should help out. That's very thoughtful of you. Then I'd be honored to ask for your assistance. Okay, let's get to it, Mick. This is good, but it's only a temporary measure. I need to come up with a permanent solution. Indeed you do, Adam. Maybe hire some mercs? You know?
How about next
Just
time
saying.
you help yourselves?
I have a good recommendation of a mercenary group that would be able to help out quite a bit with this.
Mick, mind cutting the veggies? Hey, you're pretty good at that.
Not really. Anyone could do it.
Looks good to me anyway. Then I think I'll get to the meat. Oi! Mithra!
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm preparing the meat, of course. Are your eyes not working or something?
I'll cut it out. Back away and don't touch anything.
What? But why?
Seems like fun. Why don't I help, too? Don't encourage her. You wouldn't talk that way if you knew the atrocities of Mithra's cooking. Atrocities? It does more damage to you than any artifice ever could.
Hey, Hey, watch it! Don't go around saying mean things like that.
Mithra,
Yeah?
can I borrow you?
What is it? I'm about to help with dinner.
Lora, you too? Would you mind sparring with me, please?
I don't mind, but
Why don't I help with the cooking?
oh, well, all right then. Thank goodness.
Surely it can't be that bad.
You could always try it out.
Perhaps not.
I'll wager nothing tastes as good as a good meal after some solid training. That sounds about right. I ate so much I feel like I'm gonna burst. Pardon me, Master Adam, sir. While I was giving out rations, I heard the soldiers talking. They were saying that that bridge still hasn't been repaired. What, still? We sent workers there a while back. What's held them up? From what I hear, Gogos have been giving them no end of grief. I thought we'd preempted that too. Didn't we send enough guards? I must have underestimated the problem. These Gogos sound pretty tough. They're really not. I could see them being a handful in packs, though. For your average soldier, anyway. Those things are what destroyed the bridge in the first place. If we don't get that bridge repaired, it's going to seriously delay our going to and from the capital. How are Hugo and Aegea? I believe it may still be a while before they return. Great. Then let's go and wrap this whole bridge affair up before Hugo gets back. We'll set out early tomorrow morning. Okay, we'll help you with that. Actually, I might have to pass. Oh? What's wrong? Not feeling well? No, it's not that. It's just, I promised that I'd make my special dish tomorrow. Forget about that. I'll get all the ingredients and what have you so you can focus on helping Master Adam. He needs you. There'll be time enough to cook later after we get rid of the Gogos. We can celebrate our victory. We really could do with the help, Jin. Alright then. Or you could just leave all that to me. I'll cook up a feast for the ages. No. God, no. Please, Mithra. No. No, you flippin' well won't. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Oh god. Whew. Mithra's cooking. I'm gonna pass on that for all of eternity, please. Thank you. Whew. Okay then. So we go clear out the monsters on that bridge like we discussed earlier. Where exactly is the bridge? A little ways down Rackham Moor. It's not too far. Let's just go and scout it out a bit. Yeah.
Let's see what we have here.
Yeah, if there's a word that I would have to choose to represent Mithra's cooking, even though it might not necessarily exactly fit,
This is becoming addicting.
it would be spicy, you know? Like, not spicy in the actual cooking sense, more like spicy as in, whew, that is a spicy hot take on food you got there, Mithra. Yeah. Alright, we got a couple Gogos over here. Time to kick some Gogo booty. Look, there's a bridge. I guess that's Let Bridge. It's certainly beset by monsters. They look rather tough to boot. You think? They don't look like much to me. Well, our analysis doesn't change the fact. The bridge is blocked. We've got to clear it. Don't let your guard down, everyone.
been spotted.
Come on.
Let's speed this up.
Do it.
Now the real battle begins.
I feel you.
You've got this. Stay back. Heat haze.
We need you, Lora.
Is that the royal? Now we're getting into the rhythm. Haze.
Not too bad.
Do not let up. Let me Stay back.
Let's switch.
Alright. Got nuclear blast going on here.
Whenever you're ready. Magnificent.
Alright. Now, if memory serves, then the next special should end up being ice. If I want to, get an actual combo going. So let's go ahead and switch to Jen now. And then, hopefully... Well, looks like we'll kill it before it even matters, but anyways.
You're so boorish, Mithra. You remind me of a rabid Gogol, the way you swing that sword around.
Interesting choice of comparison, given that we just fought some Gogols. We managed it just about. Alright, they were a little tougher than I expected. I did think that you were underestimating them. At any rate, the restoration of the bridge can begin now. That's right. Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Lora, when we get back to camp, what would you say to a little more training? Sure, but we only just finished fighting. That's exactly why I asked. If we don't temper Mithra's skills a tad, I'm somewhat apprehensive of the battles to come. Hey, wait a second. Just what is that supposed to mean? I've noticed you getting a little, careless, to be frank. You need to be more mindful or we'll never beat Malos. Careless? Mindful? Gee, thanks for the personal attack. Slow down then. What's gotten into you? Nothing's gotten into me. It doesn't matter how much we train, I'm not going to magically become more mindful. The end. Let's go home. Why is she so angry? Good question. She certainly could do with being a bit more mindful, though. I mean, I think she does a pretty good job of that as Pyra, once she, does that particular transformation, Not so great at it as Mithra, though, even 500 years in the future.
Amazing, Lora. Even when I foresee your movements, you counter me instantly.
I couldn't do it without Haze's power. What about you? I don't see you using Mithra's hidden ability.
And what if we did?
Well, if you did. I just have to bring out my original blade.
Master Adam. Your evening meal is ready for you.
Oh, is it that time already?
The days are so long at this time of year. I just start losing track.
Oh, finished already? That's a shame. I was hoping to join in.
Join in? By yourself?
His Majesty has many pressing matters to attend to. Besides, I'm used to working alone.
A driver and blade are one in body and soul. That's their very nature. You're not at full strength without him.
It's not so simple as all that. I know I've yet to unlock the depths of your power.
Really? I feel like I've been giving it my all.
But you never stop growing. At any rate, Hayes' ability to restrict other blades is indispensable. It's perfect for training. We're lucky.
When she stops me using my foresight, it's certainly difficult.
Oh, but you honor me too much. I'm just happy to help you both in any way I can.
Next to each other like that, you really do look like twins, you two.
It's rare for the driver's nature to appear so strongly in their blade.
People tell me that from time to time, but is it really true?
Perhaps. But whatever the reason, I am happy if I look even a little like you, my lady.
We're even the same dress size.
Right?
By the way, we want to try taking you on next, Jin.
Well, how about it, Jin?
I'm afraid I don't particularly like fighting.
And to think we're hearing that from the strongest man in Torna.
But perhaps there's truth in those words. After all, he, or rather, they...
My lord, my lady, we've discovered Malos's target. The capital.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, no doubt about it.
Hi.
Malos? And here I thought I had seen the last of you.
Now. I never meant our parting would be forever, you know. I've just been to see the Torn Titan. I bet it'd be real interesting to see it in its true form.
Where did you learn that?
Learn? Inside my core, I have all the data of all blades and titans.
You have all of it? You think to call yourself the Master Blade?
Sure, why not? Sounds good. So, exciting, right? My partner. I hear you gave her to that Tornin prince.
And if I did, you'd erase me? Just like that?
Not at all. I have a much better idea than that. I've decided my next target is Torna.
Why would you tell me so plainly?
So you know what to look forward to as you watch.
I see. So this comes from the Quester. But he doesn't know what Malos is planning for Torna.
We should probably hurry.
Soon. We'll go once Hugo's back.
It's good to see you again, everyone. Hugo, have you finished surveying the battleground? We have, and we came upon something of grave importance. You're looking a bit pale there, Hugo. Are you alright? I'm just a little tired, that's all. I'm not surprised. The Sea and Resistance fought so desperately, they really took it out of us. The battleground was a terrible sight to behold. How many more lives must Malos wrest from us? We must do all we can to avenge them. It is truly tragic. We'll put a stop to it. Come on. They repaired Let Bridge while you were away. I think it's time for us to move on. Move on? Have you discovered where Malos will strike next? Indeed. We had our suspicions, and now they've been confirmed. His target is Torna, the capital, no less. Can we trust the veracity of the source? I believe we can. The Praetorium's intelligence is likely to be on the mark. Our info is coming from the Questor, then. In that case, I believe we have little room for doubt. The capital, huh? That's a long way. It is. Once we're over Let Bridge, we'll have to cross the Danag Desert. What do you want to do, Mick? We can stay here if you want. We can have one of the wardens look after him. I'll go with you. Are you sure? Sooner or later, we'll end up facing Malos. It's a dangerous road that lies before us. I'm going with you. Ah, Mick, he's such a cute little kid. Mikhail. What should we do? Thinking about it now, there is no guarantee that his staying here would assure his safety. He may, in fact, be safer in our company, is that not so? Shall we let him come with us, then? Talk about twisting a person's arm. What, he decided to become a VTuber? Not exactly. I'm using, what's it called? Face rig. So, I just thought it might be something interesting to try. Yeah, see how it goes for me. I'm having a bit of a hard time getting it to keep the eyes open, but whatever. This is not like a, specifically uniquely designed avatar for me. This is just one of the default ones they had, but I thought it looked nice, so I went ahead and gave it a try. Fine, we're all going to the capital. You sure this is what you want, Mikhail? Hugo, I have a proposal for you. Oh, yes? I've been thinking after the sparring match with Lora yesterday. Wouldn't we also make better use of our skills if we passed around our weapons the way she does? How about it? Want to give it a go? Perhaps it's worth a try. Lora has access to both Jin's and Haze's weapons when fighting. It's sure to open up her options in battle. I do think it would be wise for us to learn from her, especially given our coming battle with the Aegis. So we're agreed. Mithra, I'd like to try using your sword. Mind if I borrow it? It's all yours. I doubt you're going to do as well as those three, though. Strangely humble of you. That's not what I meant. Yeah. Just like you're having a stroke, no worries. Yeah, well, it kind of depends on how much I move my face at a time, too. If I keep my face, very still, it tends to look a little better. Actually, forget what I said. We're going to knock this out of the park. Now that's more like it. Bridget, Aegeon, you may not be so convinced at first, but give it time and we will surely reap the rewards. As you wish, Your Majesty. I would never question your authority, Your Majesty. Thank you. I am blessed to have such faithful attendants. Let's make tracks, people. We'll be right with you. Onwards, then, to the capital. So, yeah, I don't know. It does seem like it has its issues, and not just with me. I've noticed this with other VTubers as well. It's never quite perfect. So I'm sure since they've been doing it for a lot longer, they've optimized their setup a whole lot more than I have. It's looking pretty good at the moment, actually. Let's see. So now that we have Hugo back, I can actually start filling in some more of Aegeon's affinity chart here. But I need to kill our dunes near the Wreck and Moor. I think there's a couple of them, right next to me. Should be right there. He is. Yeah, gotta take a couple of these guys out, no big deal. Although we're really close to getting the last blade, so I should probably focus on that a little more than focusing on filling in affinity charts at the moment. let's go ahead and run Ice Tea. Whatever level special we were at there. Alright.
No surprises there.
Third stage. Magnificent.
Now, Danny, did you manage to catch the last stream at all? I don't think I saw you chat at all in it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's not any
Here we are.
affinity chart nodes that require you to... what's the word I'm looking for? To jump a whole bunch. So it's really just for fun if I jump around a bunch in this
Nature makes a fine ally.
this DLC. Oh, you didn't catch it? Okay. Well... Oh boy. Yeah, I guess you would have missed out on all of the big differences in how the game works then. But yeah, we only have 3 drivers in this one. And they each have 2 blades that cannot ever really be changed out. And the way that the game works is really different. So you actually get to control the blades themselves when you switch to them, which is really neat. But you still have like driver and blade affinities and stuff, and I'll stop talking for the cutscene.
Worry about that later. Come on!
Alright.
Get in position.
When the going gets
So,
tough,
I must.
we get
yeah, as you can see, I'm controlling Jin directly here, which is super cool.
Away.
And also, you have these things called talent arts, which, gosh, they don't really replace anything. They're kind of like a new thing that you get.
For my boss.
But anyways, let's go ahead and switch back to Lora here. She'll serve me very well at the moment. I'm going to switch to Haze for support, because that will serve me very well once I'm able to switch over to her. Wow, this thing's a lot higher level than me. As you can tell by the fact that it just one-shotted me. Revive me, Hugo! Come on! You can do it too, Bridget! Come on, I'm right here! That was, a journey. Well, so much for my special. Okay, let's try a fire special then, because, seriously? I mean, this thing is 7 levels higher than me. But I'm not exactly surprised that it's whooping my booty right now. And if I were able to switch to Haze, I might actually be able to get some healing going, but... Let's switch in Haze, do some heals. We can hit a level 3 special with... a level 2 special with Bridget. There we go. Okay, fun time starts now.
Is it over? job, my prince.
I thought I told you to stop calling me that.
A blade?
He's Minos, Questor of Malthus's blade.
Malthus's?
He's one of the Questors at Indol. And Malos' driver.
I love how everyone just kind of accepts that Amalthus is Malice's driver, and there's like no repercussions for that whatsoever. Like, oh hey, I just fucking summoned the frickin' guy who's gonna try and destroy the world. Nope, no consequences for that. Nope, absolutely fine. Okay, so yeah, I unlock chain attacks. Press plus when the party gauge has all bars full to launch an attack sequence where you take turns hitting the foe, and element orbs with specials. When an orb is hit 3 times, it'll be destroyed. Special the opposite element to an orb will count for 2 hits, and that last part is key. Now, we get a free element orb and a party gauge refill so that we can do a chain attack. Okay then. Well, if I can, I'd like to break it first. Well, it resisted, so we'll just go right into it. Okay. So, got a whole bunch of elements on here. Let's hit it with... Now, the problem here... Well, I may potentially be screwed. We'll have to see. Okay, no, I'm fine. This is fine. Perfect. Destroying an orb has a lot of nice effects. It extends the chain attack, raises the damage bonus, fills up the full burst gauge, and recharges used characters. Normally in a chain attack, each team will act once and that's it. But if you manage to destroy an element orb, the attack will be extended by an extra round. If you succeed in the button challenge that appears when the round is extended, the specials you use will get a level up and be recharged. Excuse me, so be ready for it.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Okay, hit it with Jen again, get a guaranteed break on that wind orb. Anyways, when you launch a chain attack, the party gauge will be replaced by the full burst gauge for the duration. With each element orb you destroy, the full burst gauge will fill up a little. If you can fill it completely, a full burst will trigger, dealing massive damage. Additionally, if you defeat an enemy during the chain attack, overkill will begin. Dealing more damage during overkill nets you extra EXP, WP, and SP. So experience points, weapon points, and skill points, in case you're not familiar with the acronyms from before. But yeah, chain attacks work exactly the same as they did in the vanilla game. The only real difference with regard to chain attacks is the fact that you are able to use different, what's the word I'm looking for?
How about another round of carnage?
You know, what I should have done is I should have used Mithra for that second round there. But I could have extended this for an extra round, but I was dumb. But the only difference is that you're not limited on what elements you use for blade specials in this. You can do 3 of literally any element that you want, and it will count. I love how he just fucking one-shots 2 of my party members right after that. Isn't that lovely? Whatever. Minoth's in the party now, so I've accomplished what I set out to do.
We can take them on a bit later.
So let's go ahead and take a look at Minoth. So, first off, I feel like I should mention he has a unique weapon type that was not in the game beforehand. He has gun knives, which, I mean, he basically dual wields pistols that have blades attached to them. It's pretty cool. He has 3 aux core slots. So, since you weren't here last time, I'm going to go ahead and go over arts a little bit. So you have 2 sets of arts with each character. You have Vanguard arts and Rearguard arts. So when they're in the Vanguard, which is when they're the character you're directly controlling, you get to use their Vanguard arts. So you get 3 arts and a talent art. So you don't actually have to pick an art not to use, which I do appreciate. And you get to use... Yeah, you just get to use them whenever Whenever... Well, you get to use the Talon Arts whenever you meet their condition. Isn't that just a bayonet with extra steps? It's more like if pistols had bayonets on them. You know? Or maybe more like fancy bayonets that, like, go down the, the barrel of the gun. Wow, I have a lot of weapon points. I can probably upgrade some of my arts a little bit. Let's go ahead and upgrade some of Minoth's. And yes, Minoth is the same Cole / Minoth. He goes by both of those names in the base game that you meet in the Playhouse in Araya. So yeah, pretty neat. You got all these characters who show up again in the main game and in the flashbacks. It's quite nice. So yeah, he has a couple things that he wants me to kill, but anyways, let's go ahead and go over his affinity chart here. So for his first node here, increases damage dealt by 6% up to a max of 10% on every attack cancel with a max of 250%. I believe this does reset if you change out, so if you're going to want to really focus on your Minoth damage, you're going to want to keep him in there. But this, you can build this up pretty quick. In fact, you have even more control over it than Warpire for Brigid, which I've already established is a very good skill, and it has the same cap to its effect. So it's really quite powerful, as should be obvious by that. Yeah, very strong, especially if you have enough art recharge in your pouch items that you can just spam your arts into each other endlessly. You'll just keep building your damage up. Reduced aggro buildup from attacks. This, in the base game, I would have said this is basically garbage, but given the fact that Hugo has an actual taunt, like, I know, where the fuck was this in the base game, am I right? But anyways, given the fact that Hugo has an actual taunt, I'd say that that's perfectly fine, having some aggro reduction to make sure that you actually stay as not the target of the enemy. Because Hugo can't spam that forever, He does have to eventually take a break and heal up a bit, Because he has to spend some health to use that. But anyways, his third passive here for Minoth, increased damage dealt when battling bosses or unique enemies. Just like Zenobia, and just like Zenobia, it is a very powerful passive. Minoth is really very strong. Not quite as strong as Jin, because Jin is just insanely broken. But Minoth is very, very strong as well. As for field skills, he gets Entomology and Mining. He only gets 2, though. There's very limited selection of field skills in this game. And anyways, for his specials, you've got Espada, which reduces aggro towards the user upon landing a hit. Chiclone? Oh, Cyclone. Okay. Yeah, Cyclone. And that is increases your damage dealt when your health is high. And then you've got Crocetta, at least I think that's how that's pronounced anyways, which gives you a chance of dealing a guard nulling attack. Level 2 and level 3, both very solid effects, especially level 2. Level 2 is probably my favorite of these, especially because I'm fairly certain that his weapons have pretty high crit modifier. Not all that high, but they do have a lot of attacks. Ooh, actually didn't want to... God damn it. I did not want to do that. I just lowered his weapon attack by so much by accidentally doing that. Oh boy. That's the problem with Switch controllers, because, they have the, with Nintendo controllers, really, because they have the A and B buttons rotated in a different direction. But, anyways, let's go... I'm actually going to do a side quest or two, so that we can get some bonus EXP, get some level ups, make it a little easier to deal with that boss.
Pleasant stroll.
Right. Where shall we...
What do you got for us, Mungo?
I'm glad to see you all. I am but a humble retainer of Prince Adam's, and charged with providing medical care to the great army that resides in our beautiful province of Aletta. As you can imagine, I don't have enough staff for the job, nor indeed do I have enough stuff either. In particular, I'm running dangerously low on penicillin, It's a substance which can be gathered at the Tekken Cliff Colony. I tried to just send strong-looking militia soldiers to fetch it. Alas, those Orions are so reckless and there's no talking to them. You are aware of how their fighting style involves self-inflicted cuts? Well, because of that, in the end, I wound up using more penicillin than these fools could bring back. It was a complete disaster, let me tell you. And so, to make a long story short, I'd be most grateful if you could find the time to help me out of this bind. Hey, you got it, old-timer.
Ugh, we're such saps.
I mean, you're not wrong, Mithra. We absolutely are. Okay, so let's go ahead. Already got the fast travel point at the Turken Cliff Colony. Let's go ahead and use it. Help speed things up a little.
Even on familiar ground, it must be
Okay.
My friends, put your minds at ease.
Just tell me when.
Okay. Ideally, let's go ahead and launch this guy. Let's hit him with a special. And calling them blade specials doesn't exactly feel right anymore because you can, do specials with the drivers too now. Alright. Wow, how did Bridget end up dying there? Ooh, bruh. Okay, easy peasy,
So Adam, think you
as Rex would say. Although he doesn't come around for another 500 years or so. Come on. Yeah, you'll notice all of Mithra's arts are AoE, and they're actually the specials from the base game, which is pretty crazy. Well, I suppose it makes sense though, because it's not like you have Rex to use the Aegis sword and do Rex's driver arts. After all, the anchor shot would not work with Mithra, because it's not like she's a salvager. But yeah, I really like just being able to control the blades directly. I think it's absolutely the coolest thing about this particular DLC. But anyways, let's go ahead, head back down, and we can start collecting these things that we need for this quest. We may have to kill a few more Turken along the way.
Just gonna randomly look over here.
Yes, that is exactly what I want to say every time I collect from collection points. Thank you for saying it for me, Mithra. I do appreciate that.
Come on, everyone! No slack! Remain vigilant of your surroundings.
Oh, come on.
Ray of Hunter! Not this time! Let's speed this up! I shall hold the front line.
Oh, lovely. Alright, you know what? Y'all are being annoying. I'm gonna switch to Adam so I can get some healing. So, you see that red bar on some of my health charts? Or health bars. Well, that basically means that if I do a Vanguard switch, I get that health back. Any health that's part of the red bar. So, things are a good deal more complicated in the base game, I would say, in some areas, a whole lot less complicated than others. Let's switch back to Mithra. Ah, yeah, easy peasy. Alright, what do we got left? Just the totem? Okay, we got an affinity reward up. 2 affinity rewards up. Very nice. And let's go ahead and start the battle with Minoth. Just because I do need to actually increase his trust level, and the easiest way to do that is to get your affinity to max in battle. Apparently I have yet to do that even once, so let's get on that. So yeah, Jin's up to level 3 trust, and Mithra's up to level 3 trust. Very
Looks
nice.
like you're getting the hang of me.
Yeah, ultimately, the most part, Minoth tends to be the best damage dealer on Adam's party. Oh god. The penicillin here is right next to the frickin' unique enemy, huh?
Let's have a look then.
Whew. I managed to sneaky my way into it. Okay. Alright, let's take this guy out. Oh, jeez. I really wanted to avoid pulling the boss, if at all possible, but seems that's not going to be doable. Alright, Quincy. Son of Quincy. It is time for you to leave the wolf pack and become Cyber Quincy. I don't know. Hey, props if you get that reference. Oh boy, and I died. Oh well.
We'll avenge ourselves next time.
We can take them on a bit later.
Well, I do want to change the order of my arts, just because I always like having the evasion art in the 3rd slot whenever possible. And I also just invest more in my arts. That will help improve me a great deal. With Mithra... Yeah, Photon Edge is probably her strongest art, if I had to guess.
It would appear I'm stronger.
And with Haze,
I knew the practice
we just
would pay
need
off.
actual healing for once.
Polished to a high shine. Tempered by discipline.
Okay, there's the evade, and okay. Just making sure I have all my arts in the correct order.
My flame burns ever brighter. My flame burns ever brighter.
Now, as for a Geon here,
grow
going for the
more
evade
polished.
art. The evade arts are always, basically always the best. How am I doing? Oh yes.
I'm coming along in leaps and bounds.
Okay, well, I am finally able to not be terrible with both Adam and Lora. How are you doing, Hugo? How are you doing with the stuff you need? Okay.
I am always learning.
Anything that costs less than 200 and leads to something useful. Oof. Well, I want to get this, but I'll have to get a little bit more to be able to afford his art cancel thing. That's fine. So yeah, we'll just fight a little more before we go ahead and get that for him, and then he'll be a whole lot stronger.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
This shouldn't be too much
much trouble. I won't enjoy this.
I say, is that the penicillin in your pocket, or... Oh, it is? Well, color me impressed. You brought it all back and not so much as a scratch on any of you. I mean, we did die. Literally all of us died, so... Exceptional work anyway. I really wish those militia louts would learn some things from you all. It'd make my life easier at least. But perhaps I shouldn't be comparing simple foot soldiers with great heroes of your kind. In any case, I thank you for your help. This should keep us going for a while.
Well, this is awkward.
Oh yeah, so the community charter is a thing, but basically how this works, the more quests you do, the more community level you get. The more community level you get, the more quests you have access to. Ultimately, in the end, it will get you access to the highest level quests in the game. Well, maybe not necessarily the highest level, but some of the stuff with the highest rewards. Helps to actually be Rex on Onozi? I'm not sure. Recognized? I'm not sure what that last word that you said there is.
Shall we get started?
So
Phew! Finished.
this is one of the things I was talking about last session, not this session. So anyways, you'll see some silver machines around and gold machines in certain places, and you need these two items to be able to collect from them. And those just give you certain machine parts, which are useful for crafting certain things. In particular, I think actually everything else for Hugo, after that first one, requires machine parts. Yep, looks like it. I imagine a lot of Adam's later stuff does too. Yep. Okay, well anyways, got a bunch more stuff we can cook.
Like it? It's
Or
done.
craft or whatever. Okay, I was right, it was recognized that you were trying to say there. Okay. Yeah, no, it certainly
I
does.
think I've done reasonably well.
Pretty solid, if I say so myself.
Okay. Let's go ahead and rest and hopefully get a few levels.
From strength to strength.
All credit to my siblings in arms.
I can still improve. I have to.
Oh yeah, much stronger now. A seeker is an item which Hugo can craft. With it, you'll be able to investigate the old machines strewn around the world and obtain new kinds of collectibles. There are two different kinds of seeker, and each lets you investigate a different kind of machine. It's worth getting both, then gathering all the collectibles you can. Yep, it certainly is. Anyways, let's go ahead and head back, try that boss again. They're a lot stronger now, I think, so we should be able to kick its booty.
So, here we are.
Our journey continues.
Let's control Team Lora.
Aren't we intrepid?
We're gonna start with Lora as the driver. And we're gonna make our way up here and fight this thing again.
All right, follow my lead.
Shall I demonstrate, Lora?
Seems like our boat threw off the handle.
No more running amok.
Right in the kiss.
Now the real battle begins.
No more running amok.
Ready to go.
You shall burn. You shall consciously
Alright, Adam. You already switched. Why would you do that? You've ruined the plan. Well, at least Jin managed to do a blowdown there. That'll be useful.
Level 3 special. And with a nice big old twister. Good you get to control the blades. The drivers seem kind of plain, certainly in comparison to the main campaign. Yeah, I suppose so. In a way. Although Adam, I think Adam's quite the little character. And Lora is... Oh, wow, we already won. Pog.
You've got an interesting way of fighting. You are?
Lora, that's Jin. And she is Hayes.
Pleased to meet you.
Jin? You don't mean from Torna? 17 years ago, wasn't he?
Enough. No more words to anyone.
Sounds like a good story is all I'm saying.
You want to hear?
Another time.
That was close. Thanks, Minoth. You're very capable, even on your own.
Well, maybe I should thank him, or not?
Your core looks kind of different.
Well, I'm a flesh eater.
A flesh eater?
A being with human and blade cells, made possible with Judician technology. That's how I can use my full strength anywhere, without my driver. But I'm pretty sure I'm a failed experiment, so to speak.
I never knew blades like that existed.
Flesh eaters.
What of Amalthus? Isn't he coming?
Nah. I just heard rumors that you guys had entered Torna. I used my own initiative.
Ah.
It's been 2 years since I saw him last.
Huh?
I arrived too late.
Is that right? Was that their child? That soldier? Wasn't that the one from...
Such a cruel world we live in.
Huh.
In Indal, there are a great many paintings depicting all manner of hells. But I think real hell might be closer to something like this.
Amalthus, you can't.
I had hoped once that the architect might save us all.
Since then, I haven't seen him. I heard he went climbing up the World Tree not long after. And brought divine revelations back with him.
You mean...
The Aegis. Malos.
But what kind of revelation is this? What kind of salvation? Could anyone call this salvation? His hope caused this, or his despair.
Despair?
How about you then? You're from the same stock?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just following this guy since he woke me up, and that's basically it. I have no particular interest in this world or its future.
And Malus himself?
His thoughts, I'm especially uninterested in. We've never even met.
Please, don't mistake her. Despite the attitude, she's a good kid.
The hell is with that tone? Where do you get off acting all parental?
Oh, come on. I woke you up. I make sure you get enough to eat.
What?
Cloud sea crab sticks are tasty, aren't they? You're very welcome. Although I don't think I'd have managed to eat 6 myself.
What? You counted?
I don't know where you put all that.
I'm the Aegis. I need all the fuel I can get. Hey!
You are too easy to sneak up on. Where are my extra rations?
Oof. You little...
The Aegis, bested by a little kid.
Milton! Get back here!
You know, if the architect really does exist, I'd quite like to meet him. Salvation, huh?
Alright, so let me ask you something. Do you prefer having the VTuber thing going on, or did you actually prefer, actually having the webcam? One thing I really like about the whole VTuber thing, as it is anyways, is that it has a perfect green screen, There's nothing wonky going on behind me, Like there was with my literal green bed sheet that I put into the wall behind me with push pins. Like, that's literally what I did. It's not... Yeah, not a sophisticated setup.
Your sword-swapping fighting style. It's very interesting,
It's still quite rough, though. I'm a bit lacking in oomph. It'll take me a while to get it down properly.
See, I wasn't actually talking about the power or technique.
Oh? What then?
That connection you have. Human and blade. It's like a bond of sorts. I just found it curious.
An actual... bond?
It's like that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know.
It does make sense. Lady Lora is always with Jin. And you almost never find time to practice with me. It's like he's her favorite.
Come on, don't say that. I'm an equal opportunities driver.
Liar!
You're both my partners and very dear to me. There's no favoritism, swear.
Are you really sure about that?
I think Hayes is a bit jealous. I have been with you longer, after all.
You think? All right then. Starting tomorrow, Hayes gets to take the lead. Good?
Wonderful!
You don't mind?
It's all right by me.
Do you remember? The last time we paid a visit to Indol?
What did you think?
You mean about him? Let's see. In a word, he seemed very human, protecting his heart with a mask of lies.
Are you curious what's behind it?
Not really. Most humans are like that, aren't they?
Cutting to the chase, I see. But I hear his achievements in Indol have been quite grand. The refugee protection policies from last year are his work as well.
So a hypocrite, then. Isn't that what you call the type?
Quite. I hope that's all he is.
He smiled. Did you notice?
No?
I think he might actually be enjoying this.
What?
The world in this state.
That's interesting.
You felt something was wrong, didn't you? That's why you brought me.
Don't you think they're worth saving?
If you think they are, you know you'll have my aid.
Even if you disagree?
That's not for the likes of me to decide. It's up to you humans.
Oh, you mean that time? I remember. What about it?
What Minoth said bothered me. I think he was talking about Malos, but his words could just as easily have applied to a Malthus.
I suppose.
What if all of this is what a Malthus... No. What all of humanity really wants?
You don't mean it.
Hey. What are we going to do if we defeat Malos anyway?
You know. Like I told Hugo, go home and work the land. I didn't get to harvest the Grom rice this year.
Well, that might be good enough for you. Some others might not be too pleased with that.
Who is this?
Picked him up during a routine core collection. He was one of yours, right?
As we discussed, I engaged him as a broker of cores, but no more. What a waste of a human being.
That much is hard to deny.
What are you driving at?
Waste and refuse can have their own uses, I think. The project we spoke of before, I think it may be time to set it in motion.
You mean a blade eater?
His strength will grow exponentially. It will dwarf even that of a flesh eater.
And you can control him.
Oh, please. Even if we can't, there's no need to worry. After all, this is just a prototype. Sooner or later, the binding will decay and he will die. I hear He's got some connection to this paragon of Torna, you see. He'll prove useful either way. Torna, then? He's on your mind, isn't he? Malos.
Not him, but what comes after.
Oh boy, this second half is really cutscene loaded, isn't it? That is true, however you want to do it, kind of like the VTuber thing. Yeah, I kind of like it too. I mean, there's a couple things I can't do. Well, it's not really a VTuber per se, it's a live 2D model that I'm using, which is kind of similar. Also, I can really easily switch out to different models, which is quite useful. Anyways, go back to the guy I was using before. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of suck not having, like, a way to show my hands at all. If I had, like, a full VTuber model or something, that would work really well for that, but I don't. And that would take a lot of work to make, and I'm not an artistic guy. I don't know how to do it, so that would be big investment of time for that, but hey, you know, maybe I'll look into it a little bit more when I have free time to do so. Anyways, back to the story here. So you're trying to take down Malos. We must. He's already sunk the Sea and Titan. We can't just sit back and let him destroy the whole of Alrest. Of course you can. He's the Aegis, man. You can't just go up and try to fight them all on your own. You can when you've got another Aegis in the party. Word. Oh, Mithra. Even still. In any case, our primary goal is to defend Torna, and not necessarily to bring Malos to a grisly end. Perhaps we can even convince him to end this peaceably. You do that. It'll be a damn sight better than getting yourselves killed for no good reason. Ouch. Minoth here is a blade of a Malthus, just like Malos. I'm sure he knows far better our chances than we do. You say he's being realistic? I am being realistic. If it's a Malthus saying the capital is the target, then it has to be true. You still trust him after everything he's done? Whatever he does, it's for his own benefit. You're just pawns in his game. We all are. It does seem better to act upon the information we do have, rather than move around aimlessly. Alright, so what will you do now, Minoth? Now I join your little traveling troupe. How else am I going to keep tabs on you? I suppose so. Yay, full party's here. And they're here to stay. If you're going to the capital, I assume you're well-equipped for the desert? Well-equipped how? Oh, so you were just going to go in there and collapse from desert fever. Fantastic. Desert fever? An endemic disease caused by fungi. There's no harm to Blaze, but to humans it can be lethal. Why haven't we heard of this? That. I forgot. Adam... Dumbass! Are you trying to get us killed before we even find Malos? Let's see to it that doesn't happen, shall we? We'll need enough medicine for Adam, Hugo, Milton, Mikhail, and me. Okay. We'll have to backtrack a bit, but they should have something back at the Resistance camp. If we can collect the ingredients, they should be able to make enough antimycotics for all 5 of us humans. What do we need? Tawny carrots and next extract, I believe. We can get the tawny carrots around the Tornan grasslands. And to obtain the next extract, we shall have to defeat some Melia nests. Okay then, let's get going. I do kind of agree as far as, you know, the personality of the drivers. I definitely prefer the personality of the drivers in the base game. Okay, so we need some Melia nests. Yeah, let's go to the bridge. I think that'll be the easiest fast travel point to head to for this.
Even on familiar ground,
Okay.
we must stay vigilant.
Come on, target the nest. There we go.
Ready
Oh
to
boy.
put another win under our belt?
I feel there's no risk of us losing here.
I guess they have that cut.
Don't think I got away. Let's try it my way. No pain.
Oh, we got an ice greatsword for Adam. Interesting.
Aren't we intrepid?
Oh yeah, I don't think I've gone too much into detail, at least not for you here, Danny. But yeah, the way that your accessories work is a little different from the base game here. You have an actual weapon choice for your driver. Mostly what this is just a choice of what element you want your driver's specials to be. Or their attacks, really. Looks like I have ice element ones for both Hugo and Adam now, and a water one for Lora. Interesting. Well, anyways, with the party I have now, Earth and Electric are the only two that are not, already on the blades, so I'm fine keeping those two with what they've got. And I like fire better than water, so I'm gonna keep Lora with what she's got. And we're gonna go ahead and kill some more of these darn nests.
Spoiling for a fight? Happy to oblige. More trouble? More trouble?
Careful, Lora. My friends, put your minds at I'm ready. We're listening to safe. Ready.
I will protect it,
Magnificent. I'm ready. I got you.
Huracan!
Come, wind of healing. Lightning buster.
Great change. Magnificent. Launch wheel.
Okie dokie.
You're wide open.
Excuse my idle
Okay.
curiosity, Lord Hugo, but what is it like? Being an emperor, I mean.
Well, it certainly keeps me busy. My duties are too numerous to name.
I imagine there's never a dull moment in his Imperial
I'm getting
Majesty's
sharper,
life.
keener.
I would imagine so as well.
Watch for this one
Now,
later.
let's go ahead and improve my driver's arts a little bit, because I haven't really
This
done
one's
that.
second nature to me now.
Certainly not in a good
This
long
one's
while, at
second
least.
nature to me now.
I shall aim ever higher.
Okay. Hugo. Get this and become
I am always
good.
learning.
Alright. Let's see. Adam. Oh, joy. Well, at least I can go straight
More
for
to add
this
to my
at this
repertoire.
point. Lora, what do you need? Ugh. Okay, so you need... Jeez, your stuff is all over the place, Lora. What the heck? Okay. Let's switch to Team Adam. And... let's see. Do I need to use a bunch of Minoth's specials for his affinity chart at all? Probably.
More growing to do. Oh boy.
Let's see. Level 1 special, level 2 special, level 3 special. Okay. Yeah, gonna go in there and spam some specials.
This shouldn't be too much trouble.
Indeed. Let us band together.
Gancho. Castigo. Huracan.
My friends, put your minds at ease. Look out!
Castigo. Huracan. Yeah, you can spam the the talent art of one Mr. Minoff as much as you want, and oh lovely, I got stunned and wasn't able to loot the stuff from the nest. Isn't that lovely? Huracan. Castigo. Gancho.
Don't think you'll get away.
Okay.
Let's have a look then.
Well, I do need another Ardoon. I remember that much.
Too much trouble.
Gancho.
Looks like we've got a rhythm going. That's the stuff.
Ready to go.
My friend, ready.
Alright. Where's the next nest? I should probably...
And we'll be dead.
You know what? I don't want to deal with you guys. I'm just gonna run away, and then I'm gonna fast travel back so that I can kill some more nests. Now, how many do I need exactly?
Right. Where shall we
2
head
more.
to next?
Is this really worth the
Nature.
effort? Just bump them off and we'll be dead.
Gancho!
Great.
Let's speed this up.
My friends, put your minds at ease.
Just tell me when. Try this on
Star slash.
Yeah, that is annoying. Okay. One special. There we go.
All credit to my siblings in arms.
Alright. Got Mind's Eye 3 for Jin. Always nice to fill in some nodes. In fact, let's take a quick moment. Go in and fill everything in that needs to be filled in. Okay. So I should just need 1 more of these.
I don't expect any surprises.
Leave it to Lora.
Gancho!
Great. Let's go.
Let's speed this up. Ready to go.
Castigo! Alright. Head back to Garrison.
Here we are. Our journey continues.
Hey, look, it's the guy we helped out earlier. Hello there, Mungo. Prince Adam and your companions by your side. If I may boldly guess, were you so kind as to come here in order to obtain some desert traversing preparation? Bang on the mark. Here's enough tawny carrots and nest extract for several people's share of remedies. Oh, very good. It never hurts to be well provisioned. You've no idea how touched I am. This gladdens not only my heart, but those of the Resistance and the people of Aletta. Huh? Looks like you've finally found it within you to bear the burdens of Torna, Your Majesty. Wonderful. Sorry, Mungo, I'm not sure I follow you. To think this day would finally come. The long years I've spent waiting for Your Majesty to ascend the throne.
Adam, not thinking of doing anything like that, are you?
No, the thought never even crossed my mind. Where's all this coming from, Mungo? Yes, His Majesty the King has a kind heart, no doubt about it. A little too kind at times to do what he must. I feel that many of his subjects long for decisive and resolute leadership, such as the Prince could offer.
Prince Adam, if only I could lay claim to such irresistible charisma.
Your Imperial Majesty, what a thing to say. Prince Adam possesses great virtue, but I must humbly assert that Your Majesty has at least an equal portion.
I concur absolutely with the Geon, Your Majesty.
I really think you're making too much of this charisma of mine. Anyway, I could never usurp a lawful ruler or bloodline. I want to go to the royal capital, but only to protect Torna, not to take it over. Really? Oh, that's a terrible shame, if you ask me, Your Majesty.
I don't know if you're serious or not there, Mungo, but either way, that kind of talk is unwise to say the least. Prince Zedar is notoriously insecure. If he heard something like that, things could get pretty interesting.
Interesting? It's alright for some.
Anything's interesting when you can just sit back and watch from the sidelines.
Well, I was certainly moved by your declaration of loyalty, Your Majesty. I promise to be a little more discreet about my hopes for you to ascend the throne from now on. You can stop addressing me as Your Majesty.
Well then, my good apothecary, for how much can we acquire your fine desert medicine?
Ah, yes. The purpose of your visit. Forgive me, I got a little sidetracked there. I'll just take the ingredients and combine them post-haste.
I really like doing this old guy's voice. Not that I know what he sounds like, but I just kind of feel like this is what he would sound like.
There we are. Desert medicine for 5. Thank you, Mungo. Alright then, now at last we can finally cross Let Bridge and make for the capital. I'll pray for the safety of your journey, Your Majesty.
Yes, we know how driver combos work, guy in the background there.
Mission accomplished.
Okay. Let's go ahead and head over to the bridge again. Whew. All these collection missions.
Here we are. Our journey continues.
You know, I don't think there was a single quest in the vanilla game where you actually have to do, like, well, okay, I guess there's one. There is that one quest in Chapter 2 where you have to get a bunch of, whatever kind of logs it was that you needed to help build Uman's ship or whatever. That was, like, the only quest where you had to go around and collect stuff. There's been several, I think, at this point in Torna. I wonder what led that particular design change.
Let's have a look there.
Perhaps the fact that you could speedrun the base game in like 4 hours if you do it smartly? You know, like the way Enel did it? I don't know.
Very good. We can stay here for the day.
Something wrong?
No, but this place is familiar somehow. It feels like it anyway.
Is it possible you've been here before?
I have no memory of it. But still,
Maybe you could just have a little walk around. Something might jog your memory.
yeah, maybe so.
Maybe so indeed.
Let's have a look then.
Boy, they really shoved all of the stuff from the flashbacks, you know, that you have in the main game, like, all into one area here, pretty much. I came here to investigate monsters. Ha! It's quite the life for an old lady. Wouldn't trade it for the world. You seem like reliable young tykes. Maybe I'll tell you about it someday. If you want to know more about this village, though, you'll have to ask someone else. I'm just a visitor here. Whoa, cool! It's been ages since I saw drivers and blades. This village is so small, it's only got 2 houses and an inn. It used to be way bigger, but people don't really come by anymore. If you're gonna stay at Tio's Inn, come by and play with me, Kay? Sure thing, kid. You seem cute. Before I talk to this fellow, let's loot.
Is this
Loot!
really worth the
Yeah,
effort?
loot. Must have the loot. Okay. Well met there, travelers. Oh, so the repairs to that bridge are finished, are they? We were a sleepy village to begin with, but after the bridge fell, our trickle of visitors dried up completely. I'm glad the bridge is fixed. Say, if you're planning on crossing the Danak Desert from here, it'd be a good idea to rest up in the inn first. Stop out there in the desert, even for strong drivers and blades. I mean, you're not wrong, fella.
Is this really worth the effort?
I see you, big green barrel, but can I open you? Apparently I actually can. Hog. Okay. Whole bunch of stuff from that. Don't know if it's any good, but I got stuff.
Drivers and blades. If you're to cross the Danak Desert, would you come and stay at my inn first? I don't have much to share with you, but will you let me do what I can? There's a reason I've been running this inn for the past 70-odd years, you know. I like helping folks.
Yeah, sure thing, buddy.
Please, come in.
Hey, you! You wouldn't be Ornelia's former blade, would you?
Ornelia? No, I'm...
From the Territorial Defense Corps! It is you!
What?
Oh, I remember him well. Even though I was knee-high to a grasshopper back then. With that sword slung across your back, you were so cool. If you hadn't come when you did, our village would have been... Oh, yes! The house you used to live in is still out there on the outskirts.
House?
I'll check out the back.
Good.
My, how terribly desolate. I heard it's been 90 years, but... What is it? Did you remember something?
No, it's nothing.
Really? That's too bad. I would have liked to have learnt about the old you.
I am who I am. I do not change. Lora, you okay? What happened?
You got me right here. My heart's pounding!
Huh? But...
That was such an awesome line!
What?
Jin, you didn't even realize, did you? Sometimes you'll say something and I'll just swoon.
But...
I don't think any girl could refuse you.
No, I didn't mean to.
Nuh-uh! You're smooth and you know it.
Lora, what do you...
Good times. Smiling faces. It's her, right? Or Nelia here?
Yes. Yes, I think it is.
Standing next to you, with such a goofy, blissful smile. It has to be, I'm sure of it.
Are you?
Hey, we should take a photo.
Really?
Of us together. I'm sorry. When did this become a group thing? Me and Jin?
Come now, Lora. We all drink from the same well, don't we? That's a wise saying, I think.
I don't think that's strictly applicable here.
You can't have done this in secret anyway.
I've never done this before. Feels nice.
Your Majesty, if I may say, it's no time for levity.
Ichian, relax. You should be open to new experiences.
Oh, fuck. Who did we fall in with here?
Okay, ready for the photo? Everyone say, Lorna! There.
Ah, dang it. Sorry about that.
How long have you been with Adam?
3 years, maybe? 1 year with Mithra. When my village washed away in a flood, Adam was the one that helped us out.
Right. So it wasn't the war then?
No, it was. Resources were running low, so we stripped the mountain bare. That's what caused the flood. Hey, Lora. You were looking for your mother, right? Did you get separated during the war?
If only that were the case.
Uh,
There are some things you don't know about me.
Things?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Mother used to work as hired help. When I was about 10, she was working as a maid. That was when Jin came into my life.
You were a driver at 10?
That's right. Things immediately turned bloody. I had to get out of there in a hurry. 17 years later, here I am.
Wow! You don't look 27. I would have said 20 at most.
Hey, flattery will get you everywhere.
Well, just like me and Mick, I guess.
Yeah, like plenty of kids out there. That's why I'd like to help, stand by them. Just like Jin always stood by me. It's almost more real than real family. Right? Don't you think, Mick? What? No reaction? I'm really trying here, you know.
Ah, it's fine. He's smiling on the inside.
Well now, you can tell.
Sorta.
I see. Well, I'm feeling all inspired now. Just the spirit we'll need if we're going to set this world to rights.
Yeah!
You can join in, you know.
What's that?
You don't need to ostracize yourself for being an Aegis.
That's not what I'm...
I happen to think you've got a lot going for you, you know?
Should we really be bringing the kids along?
Are you worried? Allrest is a dangerous place right now. The war reaches everywhere.
I'm sure we can keep them safe in a normal fight. But if...
Where are you going?
I want to speak with Adam.
At this time of night?
I'll see what he thinks about it. And if his mind is made up, there's still no harm done.
How long have you been there? Hey! What are you doing in my bed?
What are you talking about?
Get out! Interloper! Monster!
Hey, quit it! This is where I sleep. It ain't your bed, lady. Ow! Oh, you're such a pain in everyone's bum. You know that, you simpleton.
Hey, wait a minute. Calm down, won't you? Ow! Come on, take it down a little. No!
What's all the noise? Is something up?
It's probably better to sit this one out.
Perhaps that's wise.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just ask him tomorrow. Morning.
Morning.
You're hurt. Are you okay?
Yes, I imagine I'll live.
Sounded like quite a scene.
Yes, well, I was just collateral damage. Before, you said if you met a child in whom you saw something of yourself, you'd want to help them. I don't have the heart to leave them here.
I know. And they've got their own concerns. They want to create a place for themselves in this world.
At their age, it's remarkable.
I think it's on us to see they don't come to harm.
Right. And what a charge it is.
Oh, Mithra, you simpleton, you. Always walking into the boys' room at night and getting all snuggly with them. Yeah, we know. We know, it was an accident. Right. I'm trying to wink, but it's not showing through all that well. Right, all. Ready for a quick mosey across the desert? That is, assuming you've all got your medicine. Right here. It won't leave my side. How about you, Milton, Mikhail? We're all good. I've been keeping tabs on him since morning. Then let's embrace the arid beauty of the Denig Desert. We'll be able to see the capital before long.
Hope we won't get lost out there.
We don't have the luxury. The capital needs to be informed of Malos's intentions as soon as possible.
Then let us make haste. Well, I'll say this much. The desert's kind of a big place, and it may well actually be that you get lost in there.
Makes a fine ally.
I mean, you do have a map of the whole area, so it's not going to really be a problem. But, you know, in theory, it could be, is what I'm getting at, you know?
It'd be a crime not to.
True. Alright, well, it's a little bit after midnight, so let's go ahead and pick up the rest of the sleuths. Do a little bit of housekeeping, just check all my blades, make sure there's not anything I can do to improve them that I've skipped out on. Yes, after completely goofing up with Minoth. That's probably a bit of an improvement, actually, even though it lowers the crit rate. Sure, let's boost Mithra's Ray of Punishment. Yes, it absolutely is a good place to stop, and we will be doing so in just a
It's what I get
hot
for keeping up
second
my
here.
training.
Alright, how about the drivers? How are they doing on their affinity charts? He's doing pretty good. I can pick this up for Lora
This is how
now.
I'll protect you all.
And what about you, Hugo? What do you need? Oh, you're doing pretty good too, actually. Okay then. And what about your arts?
With this
There we
power,
go.
the way is clear.
Okie doodles. Alright, well, hey, thanks everyone for coming out tonight. I know things were a little bit different with the stream this time, but I hope you enjoyed it. And we will, of course, be continuing this next week at the usual time, Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be continuing the base game, filling in whatever more Blades affinity charts we've got. And, I think next time I actually might try to put a bit of a focus on getting myself up to max level. I think that's something we can do in our next session of the main game, which is going to be Sunday. As with this game, it's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for that as well. So yeah, hope to see you all there when we do that. And yeah, everybody have a good night. I don't know if I'll be using the the live 2D avatar thing again. I just thought I'd give it a try, see how it went. I think it went all right, even though the eyes kind of tend to react a little bit more than my eyes are actually acting. But whatever, it worked. All right, have a great night. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube if you're interested in seeing more content from me. And have a great night.